everyone. Welcome to Red Carpet. And I am your host, Laila Khalid. Red Carpet is all about entertainment, celebrities interviews, sports personalities, new talent, musician, new music, songs, and the list goes on. Anyway, today something really strange happened. Anyway, so I didn't have no makeup because I was coming to the studio. So I thought, let me take Uber because my car wasn't working. So I took a Uber. Uber broke down in the middle of the road. I took an underground. While I'm in the underground, I can see everybody was staring at me. And I'm thinking, why are they staring at me? Anyway, I came to the studio and my production team, they just smiled at me and they said to me, Lela, is there something new? I'm like, what? It was about my hair. So the front of my side of hair were like standing up. It was like a film situation today in the London Underground. So when we talk about the film directors, they are responsible for overall production and the feel of a film. There's so much production required. There's so much work to do, pre-production, casting, editing, and the list goes on. So today our guest is a director, journalist, writer, and a filmmaker, and he is from Pakistan, Karachi. So let's welcome Rahul Aijaz to our show. Hello Rahul, how are you?
Hi, Lila. I'm perfect. How about you?
Thank you so much for joining me for the Red Carpet show. And I understand you are in Pakistan, and it might be, what time is it in Pakistan?
It's 8 right now, 8 p.m.
Have you eaten?
Oh, not really.
And I'm pretty sure
Just,
you must be having such a lovely dinner. Anyway, so I was telling my audience about that you are a journalist, filmmaker, director, producer, and a writer. And I was just thinking about the film you have just made, or you might be in the progress to make that film, the Sindhi film, the Cross Desert. Could you just tell us about that?
yeah, we can talk about A Train Crosses the Desert, which I made almost 3 years ago at this point. And it was the first Sindhi language film from Pakistan to ever screen internationally at film festivals. And we screened it in India, Russia, US, Turkey, Korea, Mexico. So we went to quite a few festivals, and it gained a lot of acclaim. We got nominated for quite a few awards, and it was interesting. It was a really personal story that I based off of my late cousin, and yeah, it connected with people. It connected with a lot of hearts, and the love that I received because of that, and not just me, but also the performers, the actors, and the team, and the cast and the crew. Specifically, Tariq Raja and Nader Hussain, who performed in it, they were absolutely amazing. They took the film to just a whole other level, and yeah, so we did something very interesting, and it paid off. That has led to a lot more new
It
projects
must
now.
be very challenging doing a movie, making a film in language Sindhi, which is a very difficult language. And I am pretty sure that Pakistan industry is more famous for the Urdu language. And Sindhi film, is that right that this is the first Sindhi language film?
Well, it is the first Hindi language film to screen outside of the country at film festivals. But otherwise, in history, like the last Sindhi film that was made for cinemas, feature films, that was in 1997. And, we have only made like 83 films, Sindhi language films in history since the partition, and even I think before that, from this part of the world, and that's very sad. So one of my goals was and is and will be for the next few years to revive, well, not revive, but sort of give lead to rebirth of Sindhi language cinema, and not just Sindhi cinema, but also the regional, like cinema in regional languages. Like we have 72 languages in Pakistan apart from Urdu, and the only thing we hear about is mainstream Urdu cinema, which is not doing wonders for us so far, except with exceptions, of course. And I think it's probably a good choice that we give space to new kinds of storytelling and new characters and new subjects and new ideas and new voices. and this is just one small attempt on my part.
How, one thing I wanted to ask you, how did you become director? Is it the passion you followed, or you were just sitting like a philosopher one day in the night and you were just writing a film and you thought, that's it, I can just make this film?
No, actually, it's really funny because I grew up. I mean, we all grew up watching Indian cinema. We all grew up watching Bollywood, right? And there used to be, and I think there still are, these IFA and Filmfare and all these award shows that they used to play on TV. And I grew up watching all that stuff. And one of my things was that I was so hypnotized by the glamour, by the lights and the costumes and the beauty of it. And I thought, okay, one day I need to be there. I need to be there up on stage. And that sort of led me towards studying cinema. And but when I studied cinema, I realized that it was all just smoke and mirrors. And what actually lies behind all of that glamour is the hard work and passion
Yeah.
and storytelling and the craft and art of it. And a lot of like that, just studying cinema sort of led me into a different direction. And eventually, so before I became a director, I was a journalist. So yeah, a lot of things have led me to this position in my life.
It must be it must be really difficult when you do the casting. And are you the director and producer who shout at the stars to make sure they work hard?
Well, I try not to shout. That's the best I can do.
That's it. Like sometimes my production team shout at me, Leila, this is not right. What are you doing? Why are you late? Why are you taking so many takes?
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes things do not go your way, and then that just pisses you off, and you have to slit some of it out or let it eat you from inside. So I just try to find a balance and not ruin the vibe, because I think a good vibe and the fact that all of these people are going, working with you, that sort of it's better that you don't offend anybody for no reason. You try to keep a good happy vibe on the set,
Yeah.
on location, or wherever you're doing. Yeah.
I was reading about you, and you are a journalist, filmmaker, director, producer, a writer, so many things. And I've also read about you. You have written 700 articles which have been published US, Pakistan, Malaysia, India. I mean, such a huge achievement.
Well,
How do you make so much time for everything?
it's actually 800 by now. So I think it's 8 or 900, if I remember correctly. But it's just I used to write a lot, because when you don't have the money to make films, what you can do is, which nobody will stop you from, or nobody can stop you from, is writing. And so just think with these ideas and this, create these worlds. Then I just became a journalist. I don't know how I did, but I did. And that led me to, yeah, just writing about cinema. So I've always stayed close to my areas of interest. Just, if I'm not making films, I'm writing about films, I'm watching films, and I'm discovering and exploring filmmakers, or talking to them, interviewing them, or reviewing movies. That was also a job at my job at one point. So
You
yeah.
must have another hobby as well. I mean, come on. I know directors come up, so much work going on. You must have another hobby. What is your hobby? Please do not say
Well, I
that
listen
eating.
to uh, I listen to music. I don't know. I just rap when I'm when
Do you have
I'm
any
not
strange
surrounded
hobby?
by people.
No, do you
Yeah, it
have
is.
any strange hobby?
Yeah, I do rap, and I think this is the first time I'm saying it publicly. But yeah, I do rap in my free time. I'm not really good at it per se, but it's just a hobby. I'm not monetizing it or anything. So it just makes me, it just calms me down.
What sort of challenges do you face when you are filming, I mean, around Pakistan? What sort of challenges do you have to face?
Well, there are many challenges. There are only challenges for independent filmmakers in Pakistan specifically, all around the world too, but particularly here because, especially for me, like I'm working in something which not a lot of people do. Not a lot of filmmakers make films in Sindhi language, so that is a problem. Like, how do you find investors? How do you find the right people, right collaborators? The right funding. So yeah, and where do you market it? How do you reach your audience? Because it's Sindhis are situated all across the world. There's this huge Sindhi diaspora, and even in the UK, and a lot of other places, US, Canada, like all across Asia. But how do you reach them? How do you just find the right people to show your film? So yeah, it takes it just yeah, it's a lot of luck, but also a lot of hard work, knowing the right people, finding your way, and it's a trial and error process.
Do you have any plans after making that Sindhi language film to make another film? Is it going to be Sindhi or Urdu language or English?
Well, yeah, this one that I'm working on right now, first Sindhi language feature film in, like, I think almost 26 years at this point, and I'm shooting it this month. So yeah, this is, I think, probably this is the first time I'm announcing it for the public.
Whenever you make a film, do you think, is there any chance you can also cast me? Look, I was born in Karachi, and I said to you before as well, I know how to read Sindhi, I know how to understand Sindhi. Okay, I can speak a little bit. Do you think I should come Pakistan and cast for your film? Will I get any chance, some sort of role?
Yes, for sure. I mean, for you, I think we can have a Sindhi Punjabi film, like a mixture of it, and then we will have these, cultural exchange of sorts, and it could be a very interesting collaboration. So why not?
I have been to Sindh and I love Sindh. And I love the way they dress up. I love the culture. I love the food. And there's a fish they eat.
It is a speciality of Sindh. That's the thing. Like, you are aware of Sindhi culture. Like, we are aware of Sindhi culture. Of course, we live here, but then nobody really knows about it outside of the country, and even within the country, not a lot of people are familiar or interested in it. And that's the sad reality of us. But I think that's what I'm trying to do, just to get the word out there. Man, we exist. There is all these beautiful, cultural values and traditions and the art and the craft and, everything that we have here, and all the stories that we have here. And hopefully, yeah, someday we will see this Sindhi culture in the cinematic sort of
Yes.
filmic map of the world.
Film industry is a very competitive industry. There are so many actresses, actors, producer, directors, and upcoming talent. What is the best advice that you have ever received during or being a director and a producer, and you can share with our new upcoming director, producer, journalists, and actors?
Oof. Okay, that's a huge question because
I'm sure there must be
it's
something positive you must have
yeah, it's
received.
too many, different kinds of advice for different kinds of people, and I've received a lot of good
Just
advice, but
combine
also a lot of
everything
really
in one and
bad
just pass a
advice.
positive
You
message
know,
to our young generation.
yeah. So the positive message would be, man, I don't know, just pick your priorities, choose what you want to do, and if you want to, sell out, but sell out big, so that you can make money. And then if you make money, you can, hopefully invest in our, passionate filmmakers, and then they will also make films which will make you happy. And art is, it's food. It's food for our souls and our minds. And yeah, just keep making what you want to make. If you want to go that path, go through that route, and have fun. I think, because life is meaningless, so why not have fun and pursue and create what you enjoy.
That's a
I
really good
hope that.
advice. And this is a very good advice from a professional director and a professional person like you. What do you like about your film? We all have favorites. Not the favorite person in the film, but something very favorite about our passion. What do you like so much about your film? that attracts you so much to make more films?
Well, it's just that there is this small screen, and within that screen, in a two-dimensional space, we can create worlds that are even more beautiful than ours, and more, free and imaginative and crazier and wilder. And it can be anything that you can think of, and it can be anything that you can dream of. So this screen allows me to dream, and I think that's the best way I can just sum it up.
It must be very nice to work with you. What sort of feedback do you get from your actors? Do
Oh,
they
they
ever get
hate me
upset
and
with
they
you?
also love me. Yes, yes,
There's a
yes,
positive, right?
yeah,
Okay, then I can
yeah.
work in
So
your
it's
film.
it's a lot of positives.
It's
Everybody
like,
loves
so
me, and then
thumbs
also
up.
everybody hates me.
Okay, that's fine. So thumbs up. That's fine. I'll take your offer and work in your film next time. Let me just clear my mouth. Okay. मुंहिंजो नालो लैला आहे. कराची सुठो शहर आहे. अवां मुंहिंजो फिल्म में काम करना. So I mix my Urdu with Sindhi. Thank you so much. See, I told you.
And
Well,
what?
thank you so much, Rahul, for joining me on Red Carpet. I was so delighted to have you in my show. Well, it is, like I say, it is not my show, it is our show and my audience show. Thank you so much, and good luck with your film.
Thank you for having me.
Hello everyone, and thank you for watching Rahul Aijaz interview with me, and I hope you will have a wonderful evening. But remember, being positive is very important in our life. Life can be very complicated and brings lots of challenges to us, and that can lead us to negativity. But we should not be negative. Always focus and always think positive. And I will see you next Saturday, 10 p.m. with our new guest. From now, from Layla Khalid, goodbye.